Today we're going to be back testing the 1 minute insider trading strategy on TradingView. So let's get straight to it. Hi my beautiful traders, I hope you're going extremely well. My name's David and welcome to my channel where I go through trading strategies that I find on YouTube and on the web, and then I use code to debunk the bad ones and find the good ones. Today we're going to be looking at a trading strategy that somebody from my Discord suggested to me. It is a insider trading strategy on the 1 minute time frame. So I guess the best idea is to get over to my computer, have a look at this trading strategy, back test it on TradingView and see if it really does work. Okay, here we are on my screen with the insider trading strategy. Now this trading strategy was meant to be on the 1 minute time frame on BTC USDT. I'm going to go through the rules very quickly of the trading strategy and show you the indicators that were sent to me as part of this trading strategy. Now as you can see, it is a trading strategy on the 1 minute time frame, and the 1 minute time frame I personally have tested quite a few times, and it is extremely hard to find a set of settings that will last in the long time. As you can see on my screen here, it does say that it isn't meant for high win rates, and it is a low time frame scalping strategy. So the notes are there. Like I said, not something that I've traded live before a 1 minute time frame, other than just for back testing and things like that. But let's give it a go. Okay, so I'm going to start adding the trading indicators here. Okay, let's start adding these indicators. As you can see, I've added one here, but let's go over to the indicators up the top here and press indicators so that we can start adding our indicators. Now the first one we're going to be adding is the T3. The T3 is going to give us our trend direction, and we're going to be looking for this one here, which is by H. Potter, Harry himself. We're looking for that one, the T3 average. We're going to click on that. That's going to add that to our charts. Second one is the Zurich moving average, which is this one here by Guetta. Great developer, used a lot of his scripts before. So yeah, we're going to be adding that one to our charts as well. By clicking it, it will add it directly over here. I have it, as you can see already. We're going to be then adding the Di Napoli, which is spelt like this, as you can see on the screen. The Di Napoli preferred stochastic oscillator. Bit of a mouthful, but we're going to be using this one here by Chuck Banger, which is that one just there. We're going to click on that, and that's going to add that to our charts as well. We also will be adding the parabolic SAR and the bands for ATR, but I will speak about those afterwards. It's the parabolic SAR by Everget as well, which is this one here. And we're going to be also adding the ATR bands. I will come back to them before we get to the end of this video. They are optional, and the ATR bands are for our take profit and stop loss. So I'll go through them in a minute. Right, let's go through the actual entry. This is based on 3 principles. As always in my trading strategies, we have a baseline, an entry, and then 2 confirmations, or 1 or 2 confirmations for that entry. Let me move the chart over here so we can see. Let's set up these indicators so we can see and have a look at them. So our first indicator is going to be the T3. Is this white line here? I've made it nice and thick. You literally go over to the cog and then go over to style and set that white to nice and thick so you can see it on YouTube. Then we're going to go to inputs, and we're going to press the length as 200 by putting into the input field over here as 200. And that's going to give us this white line. Now that's going to give us our trend direction. When price is above the white line, we're looking for longs. And when price is below the line, we're looking for short. Now, we're going to be also looking for our entries. So our entry is going to be defined by this indicator down below. I'm going to zoom in a little bit so we can see it a bit. I'm going to be making the oversold and overbought sections as well a little bit thicker so we can see them on YouTube as well. You don't have to do this unless you're recording videos for YouTube. Right. Okay, so I've made those lines nice and thick. Perfect. Right. Okay. So when price is below this area here down the bottom, this is the lowest section, which is the oversold section. This technically means that price is cheap. If you go into the shop and buying some bananas and you see them at 30 cents and you see that they're a good deal, you'd probably want to buy in this oversold section. Supply and demand, and then we go over the top here. This is our overbought section where price is getting too expensive. If the bananas are now $1, you're going to be not wanting to buy them because they're well overpriced. And that probably is the worst explanation I've ever heard on YouTube. But anyway, let's get back to it. So we have an overbought section up here where price is too expensive and we expect it to come down. So that's that explained. So what we're looking for is to be over the T3, and we're looking to be in this oversold section for a long. So if we're over here, for instance, and we're looking for our entry to be long position, we're looking for our entry as a price blue goes over the orange. We're looking to take an entry just there, maybe a bit further over this way, just there. We're over that T3 line, so we're looking for longs. And we're going to be crossing over there, so that would be our entry. So that is how we look for a long. If we're looking for a short, let's try and find a nice short over this side. Price would be breaking over. That one's too long. There we go. Over here we have this entry just here. Let's zoom in a little bit here. So as you can see, price is considered too expensive at this top, just around this area here, as prices over that oversold section, overbought section, I apologize, and we're going to be looking for a short. So our entry would be around there. We'd set our stop loss to the ATR bands that we're going to discuss later, and that would have been our entry. Perfect entry. Now let's have a look for some of these other confirmations. So to make sure that our entries, as you can see, there would be absolutely tons of entries all over the place, and not all of them would have been perfect entries. So to make it even better, we're going to be looking at this jerky moving average, the JMA. JMA, we're going to be setting to 100 as the length here at the top, and that's going to give us another line band here. We're looking for the line to be red. Whether the price is above or below, it doesn't make any difference. We're looking for red when we're looking for shorts. And if we go back over here, we're looking for green when there's longs. As you can see, some of these entries would have been absolutely fantastic. Green would have moved all the way up to there, and we are on the 1 minute time frame, you have to remember, so they do look pretty good to me. So there's our entries for shorts and longs. So that's the trading strategy. Now let's have a look at setting the stop loss and take profits. I also have a suggestion that I think might make it a little bit better by adding a bit of a volume flow or something like that. Let's get back to the computer, look at the take profit and stop loss, and then we'll be able to back test to see how this actually works. But before we go, if you do have a couple of seconds and do enjoy the video, if you don't mind just giving it a good old thumbs up, it helps me a lot. We hit 100,000 subscribers this week, as a matter of fact, and I'm very proud of that. Thank you very much for all of your support, guys. There is a competition to win an iPhone and an Apple Watch down below, where you may win if as part of the David Tech community. You can also add all of these indicators and strategies, connect them to bots and all of that great stuff thanks to the David Tech indicators. The Patreon links are down in the description. That's enough plug-in. Over we go to the computer. Right, okay, so we have our rules. Baseline T3 200, we're over it. The DC stock, we're looking for a cross above 50. It's written here, actually it had to be in the oversold and overbought, so that's a mistake I made. We're looking for the JMN to be green, and then I had a suggestion which would be to add a volume flow indicator where blue is above green. It tends to be quite a good indicator for me for suggesting when market is trending, thanks to volume. Volume is king after all. So let's have a look at adding that to the strategy as well. We're going to be using ATR bands to set our stop loss and take profit. So let's get adding those. Okay, so we're going to be adding a couple more indicators to our charts over here. We're going to go for volume flow. The volume flow indicator by Lazy Bear, this one over here. So I'm going to click that, and that's going to add an indicator to our chart. And then we're also going to be using the ATR bands. Oh, forgot the D. The bands, and that's by Alexander TH, another fantastic developer that has, we've used this one in most of our strategies, so hats off to him. Right, okay, let's add that as well. Okay, first of all, we're going to be looking at the volume of the volume flow. It's this indicator here, and all we're going to be doing is there's a middle line, as you might be able to see here. I'm going to make it a little bit thicker here so we can see it in white. Now this middle line in white, as you can see, is the 0 line, and we got an orange line, a nice orange line here, and a green line, which is that one there. Now we're just looking for enough volume to confirm our entry, so we're looking for for volume, the volume flow here to be over that 0 line, this white line, and for the green to be over the orange. That's going to give us enough confirmation to take this entry. Right, back over to the computer. I'm already at the computer. Oops. Right, okay. So we have that as an extra confluence. Now let's set our stop loss and take profits. Let's have a look at some of these entries over here. Okay, here is my first long here. As you can see, we have the bear overflow. We have the cross on the DP stock. We are above the T3, which is this white line. And the JMA is green, which you might not be able to see, but is green on the chart. We have our entry on this candle. I'm going to zoom right in and show you how to set this stop loss and take profit. So the take profit and stop loss is this ATR band here. We're going to press the cog on that, and I'm going to make them nice and thick for YouTube again. There you go. And one more time here. It doesn't make it easy when trading this thick, but that will do for the moment. Now I'm going to set our multiplier for the upper band and the lower band to 3 for both of them because we're on a 1 minute time frame. So we're going to leave it a little bit more wiggle room. I'm going to press OK. We have our entry at the open of this candle. We're going to set our stop loss to the bottom of this candle. Now we're looking for a stop loss which is as small as possible. This is 0.4% as we're on the 1 minute time frame. That's absolutely great. But we'd never want it to be above 1%. So I have actually set our maximum stop loss to 1%. And then we're looking for a R2R of 1 at least, and for it to be at least 0.7%. And if it isn't, we're going to set it to 0.7%. Now this one would have probably been a loss, indeed it is, but that's because of our 0.7% just here. That was a perfect entry, but unfortunately was a loss for us just there. It was a loss there, but if we don't set it to 0.7% as a minimum take profit, all of our trading strategies will be gobbled up by fees. Let me show you something very quickly in TradingView. If you go over to the GOG up here, press properties up the top, you should set your commission to 0.05 or at least the correct amount for your trading exchange where you go. Generally in crypto it can go from 0.7 to all the way up to 1%, so you need to make sure that that is correct. A lot of trading strategies will show you positive results until you add fees, even though they are low here. They will add, that could turn your trading strategy into a profitable trading strategy, but not in real life because obviously you have to pay those fees. So anyway, right, so 0.7 is our take profit. It was a loss here, but it was a good entry anyway. As you can see, the stop loss is very, very small. If we would have went all the way up to 0.7% on here, and this would have been a winner, this trade would have been an amazing risk to reward of 17, and that's why we can afford for it to be a lower win rate. Okay, so let's remove that. I'm now going to go away and code this, and I'll get back to you with the results on how this went. Okay, let's go. Okay, here we are back at the screen. That was a high pitch. Okay, right, here we go, back at the screen. Going to go through the settings very, very quickly with you guys. ATR as the take profit and stop loss, as I promised. We are at a risk to reward of 1.1. I always put 1.1 and not 1 because it helps to pay for those fees when we do lose. It generally gives you a better, more positive result. Okay, I'm going to continue going down. We have our multiplier set to 3, as I said earlier. I'm going to keep going down here as quick as possible. Some of the features you may see, David take dynamic leverage and the dynamic and the block trades with liquidation. That just helps us to work out what the absolute best, if you will, best leverage is for each and every trade. It works out from the stop loss whether we can afford to use more or less leverage. It's currently set to 30 as its max, which is huge, and I do not suggest going out and using that much leverage, but let's make it look good and better anyway. Right, okay, we're using the David Tech dynamic positioning as well, which is, I think, one of the best indicators out there. It helps you to double your profits. And off we go. We're going to keep going down. That, I don't know why it was turned on. I'll have to have a look. Strange. The DCA was turned on. Maybe it was part of the trading strategy. I'll have to look back at that for you guys. It looks like it's lower than the stop losses anyway, so it wouldn't have been activated. My mistake. Okay, let's continue. As I said earlier, our minimum take profit 0.7%, covering for fees, making sure that we're always winning a trade with profit and not just winning for our ego. We have a stop loss of maximum threshold of 1% because we don't want the drawdown to be going too big. That gives you a maximum stop loss when using an ATR. An ATR is great, especially when you're using risk-based settings from up above here. It helps you to keep you always in profit, but they can be quite big, the stop losses. This kind of thing just helps you to, no matter how big the stop loss is, it just helps you to maximize that stop loss. We have our T3, one of my favorite indicators for tracking the trend. We have our T3 as our baseline. I'm going to continue down here. This is the main settings. I'll let you screenshot that and use it, but you can just go up the top here. But I will, of course, share this chart with everybody with all of my settings for you just to copy to your own TradingView. Keep going down. We're only going to go down to here. I don't ever trade on Saturday and Sunday, so I've turned them off. It helps to keep me more profitable. Saturday and Sunday seem to be days that are where there's lots of traps and not enough volume. We also have I have actually activated the bull and bear. It didn't make much difference, just like a tiny amount of difference. And then we have our volume flow here. This has broken my rules and something that I didn't talk about in the intro of this video. I should have done, but I totally forgot. The bull and the volume flow is actually on a higher time frame, which is something that I don't really like trading, but it was part of the rules of the trading strategy. So instead of being on the 1 minute, it is on the 15 minute. Now, I should have said that earlier. I do apologize about that. Right, let's continue. Let's go and have a look at some of these results. As you can see, the win rate is pretty low at 30%. We are in the green, which is great. We have max wins in a row of 6, max losses in a row of 18. Obviously, it's going to be hard psychologically to go through 18 losses, but they are extremely small. Look at the size of that stop loss there. And when you win, look at the size of that win. We have 18 losses in a row. If you can stomach 18 losses in a row, there's profit up there for you in this one. Total wins 24, total losses 56, and total trades was 80. Profit factor was 1.79. These are the drawdowns. Let's have a look at the TradingView stats here. I'm going to remove myself off the chart for you guys. Okay, so this is the equity curve. Like I said, might not be something you'll want to trade, maybe something you want to trade. I don't know myself personally. I wanted to spend some more time trying to optimize this one. We do have an optimizer group in our Discord where we can spend time together optimizing these trading strategies to make them better. These were the rules, so this is the strategy. As you can see, it has a huge win net profit of 222%, which on the 1 minute time frame is amazing. There's 80 trades, which is a good number. There isn't multiple take profits or anything like that, so that is 80 full trades. We have profitable of 30%, so that's the win rate of 30%, profit factor of 1.79. The drawdown was 27%, which is large and high, but we are using quite a lot of leverage on this trading strategy. I'm sure you can get that below the 10% if you didn't use any trading. If you didn't use leverage, it'll probably be below 10%. If I go over to some of these other stats, as you can see, if you were buying to hold Bitcoin in the same period, you would have lost 10% on that initial investment. You have a Sharpe ratio of 0.2, which is way too low for my liking myself. And then you've got just the same old stats as we've just went through anyway. So yeah. So would it be something that I trade? 18 losses in a row is hard to stomach for myself personally. 30% win rate. Yep. 1 minute time frame. It's going to be hard, but if you can stomach those losses, it may be something that you can optimize and make a little bit better with some other indicators and things like that. We do, like I said, do optimization in our group. We might be able to get better, but yeah, 18 losses in a row for you. Scopes might be easy to stomach. He's a member of our Discord. Losses don't cause him a problem in the slightest in a row, as long as he has a big R2R. Personally, it needs a little bit more work for me to be actually trading it. Anyway, that was today's trading strategy. I hope you enjoyed the video. As I said earlier, the competition and all of the great stuff is down in the description. You can also become part of my waiting list to be a part of my trading bot, which is on Telegram and going to be released very soon. Please be patient. I'm going through the waiting list as quick as possible. You can get to the top by inviting your friends, and I'm really excited by this project for me and for the community, as I really do think it has a lot of potential for us all to earn some money in together. Anyway, not financial advice in the slightest, as always, guys. Just a bit of entertainment, backtesting and trying to find the best settings. Take care, keep safe. I'll see you on Monday. Trade like a boss. Have a great weekend. Goodbye.